Hello everyone, and welcome back to Deus Ex Invisible War. This is episode 8. Last time we spoke with Tracer Tong at the Nine Worlds Tavern to get information about the Black Gate Laboratory, and we traveled there and we learned that Billy Adams, being another clone of JC Denton, was allowed to use the teleporter and has disappeared. So we now have to get on a plane and follow in pursuit. Chad and Nicolette DeClaire hanging out together. Turns out that Nicolette DeClaire from the first game is Her Holiness. I think that was an amazing reveal as well. This is just such a cool part of the game. And we're finally back after a bit of a break because I was focused on doing my Game Awards video, which is on the channel now. If you've seen it, I hope you've enjoyed it. If you haven't, go check it out. It was a nice little recap for 2024. And now I get to return to making videos. So let's head back and we're going to head up to this helipad and we'll get the hell out of here. Ava Johnson.
You are becoming a very interesting source of information. I will help you to recover the component for the teleportation device.
More decryptions of my communications?
I'm your friend, Alex. The more I know, the better I can protect you.
Just get me to the Rastatt and try not to draw too much attention.
Business is business.
Business is business. Let's go.
Let's go.
As you wish.
Very nice. We had a little bit of a conversation about Ava Johnson. Templar Compound. Here we are. The Templar Compound. We had a bit of an interesting conversation with Ava Johnson and how she speaks to us and what she's speaking about. Very interesting character, this one. So I definitely have my eye on her. I think she's definitely one of the interesting background elements of this, because I was hypothesizing Ava Johnson may not even be real. Yeah, and there's multiple scenarios that could have come up just based on conversation and how she speaks, which I think is really interesting. So we're keeping an eye on that. I definitely remember that. Did you just see that? That rat was doing a jump. Alright. Now, I haven't played a video game in like 2 weeks, so we're rusty. I gotta oil up these fingers, and we've gotta get back into the routine. So I'm sitting back down after quite a while, and I'm excited. I'm very excited. What a game to come back to as well.
Blessed be, blessed be.
No, not Crazy Wendy.
That empty wastewater canal connects every building in this district. Perhaps the local residents know more. I've been investigating this district myself due to occurrences of my passenger's name in certain communications.
Occurrences of my passenger's name in certain communications.
Something wrong?
Demons, catch me!
Sorry, never mind.
First, they run me out of the Lord's house, then they chase me out of the tunnels.
You used to live at the cathedral?
I was the last believer, then the cultists moved in. I went back once, through the basement tunnels. That's how I saw the ritual.
A secret entrance to the cathedral?
It was for utilities. Then the canal dried up and you could get in from outside. One of these times, I'm gonna set a fire.
The descriptions of the laughter? Oh my god, Crazy Wendy.
Belief needs no armaments.
Belief needs no armament. Oh, hang on. Put that away for a second. Hold on.
Never cower from the truth.
Never cower from the truth. Okay, I'm really liking this voice acting. It's top tier here.
His time will come again.
Give me more of those laugh tracks.
Belief needs no armaments. Never cower from the truth.
I want your exultant laughter again. Jesus. Sure thing, Wendy.
I'm gone.
Who's there?
Ain't no way. That was
you're there.
No! That was environmental damage. I didn't do anything. Oh no. I threw it. Honestly, once I throw something and if it touches a...
This better not be a joke.
If I, like... He's got a flamethrower. If I throw something and it hits a surface and then ricochets off the surface and hits someone, like, that's on them. You know what I mean? Like, that's their fault for being in the way. And these are Templars. We don't fuck with Templars anyway, so we throw them on the roof, we do a bit of this, we do a bit of that, we get rid of them. Alright, get rid of these Templars. These Templar bastards. They might have already been enemies anyway, actually, considering the fact that they're Templars.
Hey, are you one of the workers from that factory? Under the canal? My mom said to see if you need a message boy. We need the credits.
Sorry, I don't work there. You said it's a factory in the canal? What else do you know about it?
It's definitely a secret base of some kind. Guys in uniform moving in weird machines in the middle of the night. If you want to get in and check it out, I can tell you where all the guards are.
Sure, tell me about the guards. I have a map of the area and you could show me.
Okay, I'll mark where they are. Just give me enough credits for a doctor's visit. My mom's sick.
This isn't a scam, is it?
Honest, we really need the money.
Billy Bob Cut. Here's the money to mark the map.
Here's the money to mark the map.
Here you go. My mom said this map would get me in trouble. Boy, was she wrong.
Oh, it's gonna get you in trouble, alright? Doosh. Actually, for science, for video game science, we need to know if we're allowed to do this. Some games, they don't let you do it. Yeah, you're allowed to do it, alright. You're allowed to do it, alright. We don't have Bethesda children in this game, dude. Shit. This map is never going to get me into trouble. Not with a stranger who's in possession of a gun. That was wild. Sorry, Billy the Bobcat. You have a good day. Thanks for marking my map. Where is that? What is that? Oh! I thought it was a camera! I thought it was a camera.
Damage severe. Engage.
Turns out it's a flame turret. not the flame turret on the corner. Okay. As I said, been a while since I played a video game, so there's a recipe for disaster already. Jesus Christ. Is your mum Crazy Wendy by any chance?
Hey, thanks. My mom's been kind of down since we got kicked out of our house. Maybe we can get an apartment now.
Please tell me that your mom isn't Crazy Wendy.
I'm gonna do this kind of thing when I grow up. I'm gonna be a pro.
Sell people information?
I'm gonna do this kind of thing when I grow up. I'm gonna be a pro.
Belief needs no armaments.
Alright, let's keep going. Yeah, alright, so the Templars, they just our enemies.
That was a truly awful match.
Truly awful match, what are you talking about? Shush. Shush!
Scanning victim.
What do you reckon that... Oh! Wow, you were quick with it. Alright, what do you reckon the, what do you reckon the fall damage is like? What do you reckon the damage assessment on her?
Auxiliary circuits engaged.
She dead? Wow, that's crazy. They don't suffer fall damage from like extreme falls. I think that's hilarious. They will just get bounced around and flap around, and then that's it for them. End our Templar. Good night, sweet princess. Templars. Destroy all Templars. I'm on a mission to destroy all Templars.
Well met.
What?
I think I'd better still Titan. I'll find the person. No prisoner.
Hail, Templar, well met. Good night, all of you. Oh! Oh! Hey, Ouch! Somebody get that guy an ice pack. He's gonna need it. Alright, there's the Templar Church. Ouchie, ouch. Alright. Can I get up there? Whoop. I reckon I can get up there from that flame turret that was burning me alive before. Yeah. Greatest weapon in the game. This... Greatest weapon in the game. Truly. Let's right through this woman. Let's head back around this way where Billy Bob gave us that information. Okay, so from here... Hello? Yeah, okay. The guys are up here that I killed. Biomod canisters that we don't need. We've recovered canisters of the genetic pollutants for biomod nanite infusion. They're not even the licensed form of this technology, all the more dangerous, if that's possible. Destroy them all immediately. And they note how they didn't destroy them. Whoa! Actually went to a different dimension for a second there. There's a sky limit. Oh no, there isn't. That person just really, like, they were teleported somewhere else, and then they came back to us. We don't need any biomod canisters, so I'm just literally not even going to waste my time. Now I have to decide if I want to go into the church or if I want to do something fancy. And we want to go down the laser gate. I think we'll do the laser gate. So we'll just do a bit of the old... Whoop. Couple of multi-tools. Let me in here. Anyone want to play with my explosive crate? It'll be fun. Can't really see past it very well. Hey guys, got a delivery for the Templar compound. Explosive crate. Did someone order this? I'm gonna need you to sign for that. Anyone? Oh man. What do I tell my boss? I didn't know the crate was explosive, honest. I thought it was just like a prank explosive crate. Soy food. Refire rate. You know what? Like, I go away for a couple of weeks, I come back, and there's still no ammo scavenging mods. Bloody rigged. Who cares anyway? I have enough ammo to last me a lifetime, apparently. Anything else in here that I missed while I was obsessively carrying a delivery? There we go. That's the alarm, don't press that. We have a bunch of obtuse machinery with a purpose we do not yet understand. Should be able to short out their generator, but apparently not. Alright, this is how we get to the Templar Church. This way instead. We'll take the elevator. Oh!
You will contaminate humanity no more, you fiend!
I thought I thought if I just hit it, it would just disable and the world would be fine. That's okay. They're just Templars.
You're inside. Good. The sequencing module should be stored on someone's private computer. More when you reach the Luminon's command area.
Take this guy instead.
Turn back. Unauthorized personnel presumed to be hostile to system manageable. Continue.
Took a rocket face first. Ouch. Let me just... Erp. Take them, not me.
You aren't so special anymore, Denton. Maybe you remember Billy Adams.
Luminance Saman, where are you?
She's as much Denton as you, thanks to the Apostle Core infusions. I sent her through the teleporter to locate and kill JC.
And I'm right behind her.
About 3 hours behind, if my clock is right. I now know where the teleporter takes its passengers. My people are closing in on JC's sanctuary this very second.
Your enemies know who you are. You can't hide for long.
Little do you realize how vulnerable they will be if I can use JC's power against them. I can remain hidden long enough for Billy to complete her assignment. Then it will be your turn to hide.
Evil Saman. And he's like, ha. So it was Apostle Core infusions that allowed Billy to become like JC. At least with like the recognition. Oh. Hey. I just arrived here. It was like this when I got here.
Severe damage.
Okay. Very good. Security upgrade. Grandmaster Saman. The security upgrade is complete. Password info attached. The system is also ready for it to accept Apostle Corp software for storage and analysis. Your humble servant, Lieutenant Greg, with 2 G's. Greg! How could you? Let's take a look around. We've got passwords, but we still need to multi-tool these doors. I'm hacking in. Well, that doesn't matter, does it? Give me the Blackgate sequencing module. Nice. Done.
Good. Now meet your pilot outside and return to Trier. We're going to find out if this teleportation device really works.
Nice. That was easy. Alright guys, thank you so much for joining me today for this. Let's go back to YouTube, where in 2010 we had 15-minute episodes. Actually, no, we had less than 10-minute episodes because you couldn't upload a video longer than 10 minutes. We got the exclusive 17-minute Apocalypse episode. Level complete.
Tarsus tracking report 1242. Clara Sparks. She is naive but loyal. She's allied herself with the WTO, who've placed her high in the ranks owing to her abilities. Intel suggests that Dumier has recognized her special abilities as well, and seems to be treating her as a special protege. She was last seen in Trier, dispatched for security for the Order WTO summit.
Clara's a fucking Templar plant in the WTO. What?
Tarsus tracking report 1351. Leo Jankowski. Last seen in Cairo among the Omar. First assassination attempt unsuccessful. He is still alive. Unclear the nature of his relationship with the cyborgs. Appears to be a simple mercenary, but the Omar will study his biomod technology. Recommend upgrade to Omar threat classification.
Okay, so spying on Leo as well. Wait, maybe I misunderstood. It seems like I thought they were doing like a report. It's like here's our agent on the inside. Did I hear that correctly? She said allied herself with the WTO, but I thought that was like we've put her in there. Now I've confused myself. Maybe she's genuinely with the WTO.
Tarsus tracking report 4117. Alex D. There are concerns that D may be the greatest threat among his peers. Last seen in Cairo, questioning Layla Nassif for the WTO. Intel suggests that he now has objectives in Trier. This makes it imperative that we get our agent through the gate immediately and shut it down.
Yeah, because I guess the Templar agent is Billy. Actually, that's really cool. I like that there's this element of there's 4 of us, and you've got Clara with the WTO, you have Leo doing his own thing, being like a mercenary, and then he's kind of with the Omar, and then you've got Billy who goes with the church, which ends up actually being the Templars, and then you've got me. And then you've got me, and I can do whichever one I want.
Tarsus tracking report 1242, Clara Sparks. She is naive, but loyal. She's allied herself with the WTO, who've placed her high in the ranks, owing to her abilities. Intel suggests that Dumier has recognized her special abilities as well, and seems to be treating her as a special protege. She was last seen in Trier, dispatched for security for the Order WTO Summit.
I can explain my confusion now. So, it says, allied herself with the WTO, who've put her in a high position. The way that he said it, I wasn't reading the subtitles, and it sounded like he said we've, like we have put her in a high position. That was my confusion. So I thought that they'd like, we have put her in, but it said who have put her in a high position. So disregard that little hiccup. But there's reports on everyone in the group. So Clara, she's loyal to the WTO. As we thought. Okay. What else of this place can I have a look at before we move on? Open! Doris open. My magic multi-tool wand. Oh. Ooh. Cool. So that's a way in through the window. Where are we going right now? Cool. Oh! Ammo scavenger! Increase range. Whoa! Oh, hang on, don't get excited. There was something there. Soft key. Nice. Oh, okay. Well, that's fine. I just hacked in. Dude! Okay. It's acquired, everyone. We did it. Ammo scavenger increases the number of shots. It's real. We finally did it. Holy shit. I've been kicking myself if I lost that. There we go, baby. Bonk. You're out of here. I'll be back for you later. Don't need that. Let me in here. We just oh, actually, I didn't even need to do that, did I? I could just have smacked it. That's fine. This is the How weird is that, right? None of these locations make sense. Who's the architect of this city? Because what the fuck? Yeah, you walk down here and it takes you to nowhere. I reckon, like, this will be the part of the game where I'll acknowledge the extremely small and limiting environments, in the sense that I'm like, what do you mean? Like, there's all these windows, and it's like, but where are the doors to these buildings? Why is that there? Like, what is any of it? That's kind of the funny stuff. Okay, so this is the other way inside the church, and there's the window. And there's a cheeky little gate. What's going on in here? Test it out for me, will ya? There's a repair bot trapped in there. I feel like this should work, you know? Like, having the whole EMP thing, you feel like that should work. If you smack a power box.
Public repair platform accepting task requests. Operation normal.
Hang on. Get over there. Whee! Whoa! Ow, that's... Hang on a sec. Okay. Is there an invisible wall there? There might be an invisible wall there. Yeah, maybe.
Accidental collision.
Oh, yeah, I don't think I'm able to get it. past that point. Hold on a sec, let me just try something else. Oh, can't get up on the roof. Sad. This is not Assassin's Creed. Get up on here, and get up on here, and oh! It's an invisible wall! It just, whoa! Comes back. Alright, confirmed for science. Alright, so wasted some multi-tools for fun, and now we want to get out of here because I got the teleporter code. We'll go back to the Blackgate Laboratory and go zip over to JC Denton's location. A few hours behind Billy. It's not looking good. It ain't looking good. Oh, these reset when you leave the area, by the way. So better to just straight up turn them off like I had been doing. Except that's the only one I left alone. Oh, it's Clara!
Alex, stop. I have something to tell you about Chairman Dumier.
Yeah?
It's... I can hardly believe it. He doesn't really work for the WTO. The whole organization is a sham.
I know.
You know? But he told me not to tell you. What's going on?
I'm not sure. He and Nicolette Duclair admitted everything to me. He wants me to go through the Apostle Corps teleporter that connects to JC Denton's sanctuary. Only the trainees can use it. Billy already went through, on a mission for the Templars.
Billy? A Templar? Wow, am I the only one without a secret alliance?
Billy's been working for the Templars all along. She single-handedly brought down Apostle Corps and helped destroy her home city.
I could go through the teleporter too, right? I wonder why Chairman Dumier ordered me to stay here and secure the church.
Maybe you should follow me to Antarctica. Billy would hardly be a match for both of us.
I don't know. I think I'd better play it safe right now.
Are you sure?
Chairman Dumier is watching me very closely. I'd better stay behind. Besides, I still believe in the WTO, just not its leader.
Chairman Dumier is watching me closely. That's why I told you the information that he told me not to tell you, because he was probably testing my loyalty, but then I went and told you that information. Okay, lady. Still laughing at like the irony that I misunderstood or like misheard the Clara Sparks intel report and assumed that our most naive and loyal agent could have possibly been an inside like Templar plant into the WTO just by mishearing one word.
I don't see any reason to make trouble. I'll have more influence on the WTO from inside the ranks.
Whoa, look at Clara's arms, dude. Wait, look.
Most WTO personnel believe in the original charter. The organization as a whole can prevail against one man.
Look how long her arms are. Like, she's holding the gun, but imagine her arms just by her side.
I have a job to do.
If she put her arms down, they'd be up to her kneecaps.
I only talked to Billy briefly in Seattle, but I could tell right away that something was off.
Wait. Watch this. Alright, you know what? It's not as bad as I thought. Took it into the old Photoshop. Had a bit of the old straighten the arms. See what it looks like. And it's not terrible. You know, proportionally a little questionable, maybe. But there you go. It didn't go down to the knees like I thought it would. It just looked like she had big old spaghetti arms. But I've put them in a neutral position. And maybe they're a little too long, but there you go. I just like the way that it looked initially. I was just like, it's just the way that her like elbows are pointed out, I guess. Makes it look like her arms are so long.
Who is the woman?
An associate of mine.
She has the same occipital implants as you do. Interesting.
I don't have time for small talk. Take me back to downtown Trier.
As you wish.
I don't have time for small talk. Let's go.
Let's go.
Very well. Alex, may I give you some advice?
I really need to be getting back.
What seems like victory may simply be the first stage of your defeat.
You sound like you know something I don't.
Be careful of Luminant Saman.
What's it to you?
I've seen others fall for his pretty deceptions. They've ended up doing unspeakably ugly things.
I appreciate the concern, but I can think for myself.
I hope you can, Alex. I sincerely hope you can.
Wow, very interesting. Okay. So there's some advice about Saman there. Obviously, we knew that already. And then pointing out the same enhancements to our visions have been augmented. My vision's been augmented.
I heard that some of the striking workers broke into a meeting and kidnapped Her Holiness. Can you
Is the dialogue different?
Sorry, no access to...
I talked to in your...
The Templars are one step ahead of us, but not for long. Prepare the gates with the sequencing module. Find your long-lost older brother on the other side, then wait for my orders.
Come to the tavern. I have more to tell you about JC's condition and why you are so important.
Yo, okay.
Remember my advice, Alex. You will need it.
All right, everyone. Everyone hitting my line. How do I block numbers? I'm busy. Do not disturb. Another thing to point out as well is, like, we saw Alex Denton's name at the end of Deus Ex in the original. And that was something I'd forgotten. And it's been a couple of weeks, so I can't remember if I mentioned that last episode or not. But it was just like brought to our attention. So it was like, you're important. Our dear old long-lost older brother, when we were playing as JC, we read the name tag for this guy. But look at it.
What's happening? I've heard strange stories about Her Holiness.
Like what?
Just rumors. But is it true? Did she make a secret alliance with the WTO?
Ooh. So I can tell the truth. Her Holiness and Miss Dumier are leaders of a secret society called the Illuminati. Someone is reading too much into Chairman Dumier's concern for your leader, and he was simply being a good statesman by authorizing a rescue attempt. I don't know how to rank these groups, you know? What's funny when I say, let's rank the groups, even though two of them are tied to the Illuminati. I don't really like Lin Mei Chen. She sent people after me to kill me as a warning.
Someone is reading too much into Chairman Dumier's concern for your leader. He was simply being a good statesman by authorizing a rescue attempt.
When I say that to people, they laugh and call me naive.
Just another conspiracy theory. Does anyone have proof?
All I want is to understand what happened. The kidnapping, Saman leaving the church, a Templar army.
It's a hard time for the church, but this is when Her Holiness needs your support. Tell her your concerns. She will put your mind at ease.
Perhaps you're right. May she forgive my doubt. I grew up in post-collapse Hong Kong. My parents were Max Chen and Maggie Chow, conspirators involved with MJ-12. My worst fear is that I'll give my allegiance to a deceptive cause. May order prevail.
Bruh. No. It's like, okay. So she comes from that part of the story and those characters. Bizarre.
Thank you. You've put my mind at ease.
Yeah, that's right. Ignorance is bliss.
Doubt comes easily like a weed. Faith is something you must cultivate if you ever want to enjoy its fruits. If I stand by Her Holiness, perhaps we can put an end to these rumors. Thank you. You've put my mind at ease.
Okay, so we want to go back to the Nine Worlds Tavern. So do a quick little... Oh. What's got you on edge?
Those order freaks should just shut up and get real jobs.
Okay. We'll head back in here.
We were only following Luminon Saman's directives. We had no idea it would come to this.
Meanwhile, we have been accused of theft, which is ridiculous.
Panzerworks finally reached their breaking point.
Don't know if there's any actual changes with how people interact with us coming back to Tria.
The Nine Worlds is a...
So you want me to...
No.
Here you
It's like
go.
that I have to say the same thing every time. Come on, Alex.
The whole reason I joined the Order was to get away from factory model thinking.
Well, that's funny. Forgot the quick save button. It's been some time.
When you go to Antarctica and find JC, remember what hangs in the balance. I haven't told you just how powerful JC has become.
One of the other trainees, Billy Adams, has already gone through the gate.
She has signed her soul over to the Luddites, the haters of technology. Protect JC, or she could plunge the world into another dark age. Trust me, I was like her 20 years ago, and I still share some of the blame for triggering the collapse.
I thought you said JC was powerful.
He is, but the merger with the Helios AI has been problematic. He has fallen into a state of near catatonia and will be vulnerable until you can revive him.
How do I do that?
By transferring your biomod architecture to JC, you will complete his interface to the AI and bring him out of the coma. This is a job we intended for Paul, but now it falls on your shoulders.
Paul Denton?
He too is helpless and in need of our new systems. We thought we had the infusions perfected 3 years ago, but his body rejected them violently. He had to be cryogenically frozen until we could finish the design.
The leader of the Cairo facility, captured by the Templars.
Exactly. JC will tell you more. Please, don't delay. Every passing minute brings your friend Billy one step closer to murdering the only sincere leader humanity has ever had.
Wow, okay, shit.
I never imagined that all 4 of our facilities would be compromised at once.
They putting the Dentons on ice. The survival of Apostle Core and JC's fate for society depend on what you do in Antarctica. Thank you, Tracer Tong, for not saying anything.
Extraordinary times, my young friend.
Absolutely. Okay.
We are about to see the rebirth of global civilization. What form it takes will shape human history for centuries.
Alright, time to head to Blackgate. Sorry, Paul. This is a job for Alex.
Impressive work taking down that bot.
You're gonna be in
At least I get to stretch my legs.
You're gonna be in her.
Sorry, we're not exactly trained for negotiation.
Let's watch the NPC combat in action, dude.
This guy made a big...
Look at him go.
I can handle myself better than I thought.
You're not even doing anything, ma'am. Respectfully.
Got it.
It's nice to actually be in, like, the combat zone with NPCs fighting one another and be able to see how they behave.
Better take a look around.
That felt like a pretty good shootout. I mean, the Templars got absolutely destroyed. That was fun. That was fun to watch. Hell yeah. Alright. We'll head into Blackgate ourselves. Head up the secret ladder pathway this time. And I didn't have to lift a finger. Yeah. Back down we go. Now, we repaired the generator already. I remember us doing that. So it's essentially just teleporter time.
You've already turned on the generator, so now you must upload the sequencing module from the gate's control room.
You got it, Chief. I'll get right on that. The old gate control room. Up this way, right?
I don't know where he is, but he better show up soon. The facility here is being raided by the Templars. So far we're holding our own, but I don't know how much longer that will last. This may be my last transmission.
Nothing new out this way.
This is the main control room. You should be able to install the sequencing module at the computer terminal.
You got it, boss. Begin gate sequencing.
Wonderful. The device is operational. Now, Alex, simply take a deep breath and step inside. I'm willing to bet that this thing actually works.
Nah, I don't think it works. I think it's all a fake. Here, I'll prove it. I'm going to jump in it right now. Oh, here we go. We're heading in. Whee! In we go to Antarctica. Grey Leader says, please speak with me. I can explain what has come to pass. Alright.
More violence. More friends of JC.
Whoa, hello.
Hello. Yet more deviation from the plan. All was to arrive with the key, bringing the perfected genetic code. JC was to awaken to greet the new age. Instead, that woman came, followed soon after by the hateful ones. Where is Paul? What is going on?
I'll bet that your intruders are Billy Adams along with some Templar backup. After that, I have no idea what you're talking about.
When JC arrived, so many years ago, and the Versalite base fell silent, he took care of us. In return, we would maintain his habitat while he slept, and await Apostle Gore's masterpiece. Paul was to accompany the key, but instead 2 keys have arrived, and Paul remains nowhere.
So where are the keys? The gate must use some sort of DNA fingerprinting, and since both Billy and I have Denton genetic code, we were able to use it. It was never about the training, was it? They were just perfecting the DNA.
And the gate has only brought us destruction. The hateful ones threaten, capture, and murder us. We can neither fulfill our duties to JC, nor can we get to his habitat to awaken him.
Why would the Templars bother with capture? I hate to be so blunt, but it seems that elimination would make more sense.
It is not clear. It seems they are trying to learn more about us, but in gravely vicious ways. Right now, there is one of our number in captivity. If you could help him reach this location, it would mean a great deal to us.
Interesting. Okay, revive JC Denton and free a Grey. I did free one in that facility. Sorry about the one in the fridge that I gave to the Omar. Greeting Grey noise.
Stay away from us.
Alright. Understood. Camp layout. Here's yet another copy of the layout of the encampment. I don't know where these things keep going. Maybe those nasty grey things are eating them?
What do you mean by JC's habitat?
When he came to us, he made the earth move according to whim. He sculpted a habitat for himself, near to our colony on the ice.
And your people?
We maintain the habitat for him while he struggles to assimilate the Helios entity, the artificial intelligence with which he joined. The merger gave him great power, but also threatened him with madness. He sleeps now to heal.
This is crazy. Are we actually going to be able to see him? We'll revive him. We're going to see our guy.
So you're part of VersaLife? I thought that corporation folded during the collapse. Quite a few people believe they actually caused it, in fact.
VersaLife established an outpost here and set us on the ice to test our reactions to extreme conditions. We were the next generation of a project launched in Roswell. We were to be unstoppable ground troops, unfazed by cold or radiation. In other cases, our DNA was to be harvested to create biomodifications for humans, so that they could survive the aftermath of a nuclear war.
So you're fully engineered transgenics, not aliens. That was just a cover story for a Cold War research project. But there aren't very many of you, hardly an army.
To prevent us from overpowering our masters by sheer numbers, we were created unable to reproduce.
Now I understand.
VersaLife abandoned their base, but JC ensured that we would be safe. The hateful ones have upset this balance.
I might be able to restore your security.
So that clarification is cool about who they are, where they're from and that.
Have the Templars, the hateful ones, caused any other trouble for you since their arrival?
They have set up camp not far from here and prevent us from leaving. We suspect they are trying to gain entrance to JC's habitat.
The hateful ones.
I don't know much about your kind, but you seem far more articulate than an ordinary Grey.
We were not all engineered the same. Different strains had different purposes. Some are more verbally adept, others made for battle, and others made as leaders. JC's arrival only amplified these differences. His presence has changed us all. So much outside the plan. It must be set right. The hateful ones must be stopped.
Okay. Good talk. Let's take a look around.
Fear that you will inadvertently do the bidding of the Illuminati. Have patience. Nothing will be the same once you have revived JC Denton. Welcome to Antarctica, JC's sanctuary for 20 years.
20 damn years.
Why do you persist? Tong, Dumier, Her Holiness, they're all fools. Do you really understand what they're asking you to do? Go to Tent 04 and I'll contact you there.
Huh? There's still this opportunity to hang out with Billy, even this far in. They're being like, you're a fool, come on. Penguins! And enemy bots. Oh my god. Look at them! Alright. For the penguins! For the penguins! Yeah!
Unseen enemy.
For the penguins! Yeah!
All integrity failing. Analyzing. Unacceptable. Please police your own behavior.
Get him! Get him! Well, come on. Get him! Ah, direct hit. Get the other one. Yeah, he's right behind you. Get him! Get him, big dog. Oh, my. Can you get better aim, please? There you go. Have you seen my new pet dog? Thanks for doing the work. Alright, sick. Oh, hello. Alright, hold on a sec. Can't do that. You watch it, these things are explosive. Oh, there's the grey that we can free. Yeah, the military bot. Shut it down.
Quite near the captured Grey that their leader was talking about. Save the poor creature, or the Templars will vivisect him to learn about the Grey's vulnerabilities.
Get this.
Hello. What do you require?
Find your way home.
Find your way home.
Oh, it's one of these bad boys in here too. Antarctica, report number 1. We have set up base and completed our scouting. A small group of Greys escaped from the abandoned VersaLife base nearby. We doubt that these are the reasons for the gate and continue to search for JC Denton himself. Hello? So the VersaLife research facility is that way. Ah, nice. The old, explosive crate routine. I can find a way in. And they're not gonna like it. Hello? Anyone in here?
Listen, I don't know exactly what they've all told you, but you're just a pawn. And reviving an ancient mad cyborg isn't going to help anyone.
And you found that the Templars are a sane and reasonable employer?
Lesser of the evils offered at this point. The other entities all want you to revive the man responsible for the collapse. What good can that possibly accomplish? Apostle Corps wants to worship him, and the Illuminati wants to try to control him.
And what would you propose?
The only safe way to deal with such dangerous power and such an unstable individual is to destroy him. It's the only way.
That's an interesting viewpoint, especially considering JC's work made us both what we are today.
That hardly matters in the grand scheme of things. You can try, but you're not going to be able to stop me from repurposing the Helios core for more beneficial purposes.
It's a shame you're not here, Billy. I have a package with your name on it. Yeah. Key code for the excavation site. Don't really know if I need anything in there. Biomod canister. We don't really need that. I swear there was a guy in here.
Hang on.
Threw that a little too close. Threw that a little too close, if you catch my drift. Hit a table on the way to delivery, sadly. Package failed to be delivered. Destroyed in transit. Alright, let's try this again. This time without blowing ourselves up with an explosive crate.
Long shift. What do you think Saman's plans are for her in the long run?
He's just using her for her abilities. Once she outlives her usefulness, I doubt he'll care what we do with her. I can't believe he would recruit some modified freak, especially for a mission as critical as this one. To find a monster, you've got to be a monster, apparently. We were too pure to track him down, but she sniffed him out immediately. But can we trust her? We don't need to trust her. Just keep her on a short enough leash. As far as I'm concerned, she's just a trained beast.
Let's just quiet.
To the death!
Did you have a flamethrower? You did. I'm like, how did that catch on fire? Alright, we actually got to listen to the dialogue this time, instead of missing out, so that was nice, wasn't it? I love that the window's just open. It's like, here's our locked door with a passcode, but also, we decided to just not barricade this window. We finally found it, the entrance to this madman's lair. Not long before we put an end to the father of human genetic pollution himself. Onward to purity! Okay. Oh, poor Billy. Billy doesn't think that she's a pawn. How silly is that? Report 17. Finally, we have located JC Denton's base. The sanctuary itself appears to have no active defenses, but the door is immovable and impenetrable. We will step up our attempts until we gain entry. Probably because you have to be a Denton, or close to it. Okay. Out we go. So we have this way, and then the VersaLife facility over that way. Site X. Okay, so teleporter, we're at tent 4, abandoned VersaLife base, JC Sanctuary. So we actually want to go to the VersaLife base first. So we'll check that out. The abandoned VersaLife base exterior. What can we find out this way?
This research facility was abandoned by VersaLife nearly 2 decades ago. You will need to power up its pilot beacon with a generator on the lower level of the B-Wing before you will be able to leave Antarctica.
Ah, okay. So this will actually be leaving, returning to Cairo. Alright, we'll come back here. We'll come back here after. They should just have this place, like, locked or unavailable to go to. We can prep our escape. Oh, they got another fridge. Oh, they got another fridge with a grey in it. I can't do anything about this one, though. He just in there. He on ice. Didn't even notice it was the same, that same crate. Not the exact same, but, you know, the same style of crate from the nightclub basement. We'll go do this first. The turret just looks at me before I drain the life from its eyes with my melee weapon. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hang on a minute. Oh, it's the Templar things. Not the Templar things, what is it? The power armor. The old classic hit it on the back routine, but we get to get a bit of a peek.
Yes. This way.
Whoa! JC Denton character model. JC Denton character model. He looking refined. He doesn't have his glasses. That boy, he missed his glasses since he merged. That did not work as much as I thought that it would. I thought that might have been a one shot. Yo! Oh. Okay. He blew up. Oh, they blow up like the Men in Black. They explode when they're killed. Okay. Hitting him on the back was clearly doing more damage, but whoa! It was not a one-shot kill. Shit. Oh, that worked. I thought I wouldn't be in correct range. These guys are going to be tricky. I should be able to shoot them in the back then, right?
That's strange.
Should be able to go for the old shoot them in the back.
Where are you? Let me see your face.
Why are you just taking it?
That's the first wise dialogue. Still got some fight in me. Eye for an eye.
Okay. Can you shut down the power armor with shut down the power armor with EMP grenades?
Did you get a good look at him?
What is he shooting me with? What is that? I've got a stupid mine instead of a concussion grenade. Should have thrown those away. Jesus Christ. Okay. They stepped up. They stepped up their game here. Alright, hold on. Got a cool idea. So we can actually utilize these mines.
They didn't tell me. A small price for the sake of purity.
Come get me, bub. I'm waiting for you, Chief. Up here! Come on! Up here! Thank you. Alright, keep coming. Keep pushing. This sucks. I have a whole plan here. What is this guy's deal? Come on. Come on, come get me. Come on. Got a whole fun thing planned for us. Over here. Over here, fun thing. Come on, come try and find me. I'm making a lot of noise over here. Hey, idiot! I'm over here. See, whenever I try to have fun. I try to have fun. And this is what happens. Whoa. Cool monolith. So JC was chatting to me just then. So he has a character model confirmed. That's so cool. We are definitely seeing him, and he's not going to be, like, hidden. Greasel activity. We're seeing an unusual amount of Greasel activity in the area. Apparently they escaped that VersaLife base when it was abandoned and populated this entire area. Must have been eating the penguins and living in ice pockets and caves. Be on your guard, because these things are probably pretty hungry for humans at this point. Whoa. To the sanctuary. The ominous vibes.
To revive JC, you'll have to repair Helios's 5 processing modules with an infusion of your biomod architecture. Prepare yourself for the unexpected, Alex. JC is conscious, but trapped in a struggle with the Helios AI. His memory is so intermingled with the AI that echoes of his former life are embedded in the very construction of this sanctuary.
Okay, cool. Actually sick. He didn't change his clothes after 20 years. That fashion will never go out of style. Interesting. It's weird seeing him without sunglasses. His vision has just been so augmented by staring into the blue light this whole time. Dunway's Journal. VersaLife Expedition entry number 31. They must have shut down the containment fields back at base because we're seeing Greasels. That's bad news all around. The power situation must be getting even worse, and now we're going to have to deal with yet another threat.
Alex Denton, welcome to your brother's sanctuary. My assignment is to answer your questions and provide transportation.
It's getting to be quite a crowd down here for an impregnable fortress. You were looking for JC Denton too?
I left Hong Kong in 2052 with instructions to search for JC Denton near Groom Lake in Nevada. I am an AI construct developed by Tracer Tong. My instructions were not to stop looking until I was certain that Mr. Denton was safe.
He isn't exactly safe with my former classmate Billy Adams skulking around. She went over to the Templars.
Billy Adams must be destroyed. If she damages the Helios core, she will destroy JC's mind.
She was always a prankster.
When you have eliminated the threat and spoken to JC, go outside to the abandoned VersaLife base. You will need to turn on the pilot beacon so that I can land safely and take you to your next destination.
Ava Johnson, AI confirmed. Wow, my suspicions were correct. That's absolutely incredible. So, 2052... left to go look for JC Denton. Like, that was the instruction, and then didn't find him, clearly. Kept searching. I'm searching for my passenger. She was looking, she was searching, and she was like, I don't know if you're who I'm looking for, when she was talking with Alex Denton, but recognized the familiarity. How cool is that? Same with, like, the pilot giving a lift to Leo and stuff like that. It all connects. Wow. Ava Johnson. Okay, we have Greasels down here and a full thing in this sanctuary that we've got to work our way through. I love the design of this place. I love the mood of it, the feeling. This music is great as well. Alright, I guess we'll start with the Helios processing module because that's in the center of the room.
Look at this funhouse. I guess it's some sort of architectural photo album. This room is from Hong Kong, where JC Denton went into hiding for a while. Talk about ego. Is this what you want to bring about? The whole world recreated in his image?
Dude. Digital photo, like a virtual photo album, is crazy. And there's a gray in here, and it's playing some of that Deus Ex Hong Kong music. It's such a good part of the soundtrack. Holy shit, dude. Interactive memories. That's very cyberpunk. It's very future. You can break stuff.
The other key is already here. It is time to awaken JC, but we fear she is here to prevent it and to harm him. You must stop her, and you must revive him.
But how?
Upon the arrival of the key, JC was to be awakened to welcome the perfected genetic code. Then he and Paul were to share it with the world. Now there is much unexpected violence, but we will proceed according to the original plan.
What needs to be done?
Activate the nodes, reconnect him with the waking. But beware, the other key has made her own plans.
What do you mean?
She has machines, weapons. She has hate. She intends to destroy JC and all who stand in her way. Do not let this come to pass.
Okay.
What is this place anyway?
This is JC's habitat. He came to Antarctica seeking peace, in turmoil from the merger with the artificial intelligence Helios. He constructed this place with his mind, using his new power over materials. The habitat erupted from the landscape, a living technological building infused with his psyche.
Sure, man.
JC must be awakened.
Sure, dude, I believe you. That's crazy, though. They even added energy cells into his memory that I can actually pick up. Which doesn't make sense. I feel like if in being in this space, there should be items that you can't interact with. Or just like no items that you would pick up and add to your inventory, because that doesn't make sense. Like, you're telling me I can pick up the Dragon Truth Sword? Little Hong Kong memory? The True Way by Kishiro Yoshitaka, Chapter 11. If one is to imagine the perfect sword that can cut and swing with no resistance, a sword that is an extension of the mind and heart of the warrior who wields it, and not a dead weight of steel, then it becomes clear that the sword is of little consequence compared to the will of the strategist. Very cool. The Typhoon by Lin Yao. The history of the Triads is in many ways the history of modern China. Popular myth holds that the Triads originated as a resistance movement against the Qing dynasty after it descended from Manchuria to seize the capital of Peking by force. When faced with a rebellion in the Fujian province, the Qing dynasty recruited an order of warrior monks who were later deemed expendable by the emperor and all but exterminated. And the Luminous Path membership. The most holy annals of the luminous path that leads the righteous to the fold of the inner celestial kingdom. Wang Fai Hong, Yim Wing Chun, Cho Ying Hang, Wai Ko Lo, Yan Feng Mei, Ching Sa Lin, Kong Sang Chan, Yusin Wu, Chung Keng Yo, Yun Wo Ping, Tracer Tong, and JC Denton. I love that you like go through this whole list of Chinese names and then you get to JC Denton.
Too much.
Whoa, space. Okay, well, it's a very limited pathway, I guess. Very limited creation. Just a little room. The footsteps are unsettling. Oh, damn. Okay, cool. So if I engage the modules, that will take me maybe back or take me elsewhere, so I should explore before we go in? I don't know. This is all very wild. Here we go, get ready. Almost ran off the guardrails. Actually almost out of ammo because of shooting the shotgun like crazy. I've expended a lot more ammunition here. I'm gonna have to resort to the melee. Ah! Acid! Jonas's Journal, VersaLife Expedition number 23. Can't believe I let myself get talked into this expedition. We just lost Dunway to cold and hunger, and Corma's hearing voices. I'd sneak back to base without the lunatic, except he's holding the weapons, and I don't want to try and take on the escaped Greasels myself. Elvis. VersaLife Expedition final entry. I've given up. There's no going back. There's no going forward. Everyone at base is probably dead anyway. I've let Parrington go on ahead without me. I'm just going to stay here and wait for the end. And he got eated. He did indeed get eated. Hence the bones. Trying to see if there's like... Hey! Ah! Lightning! Alright, well I don't need the biomod canister, so I've done this to myself. Quick, get out. Nice. Ah, get out! Get out! Climb on out of here, boy. Thank you. Alright. So the exploration gave me some data cubes. Very good. Back up we go. Take me to the next zone. Whoa. Okay.
Excellent work, Alex. Repair this Tower of Babel, and just when the king reaches out to touch the sky, we will be there to snatch his hand away.
She brings destruction with her. I hope you can end it.
We're in UNATCO HQ. We're in that dude's office. Oh. That's cool. No pre-recorded message.
JC sleeps unsafe.
Vishnu's Fall, a brief history of the Indian crisis. We read. Jacob's Shadow by Andrew Hammond. It's a shame that there's no message on there. That feels like a missed opportunity. We can't go that way. Okay. So it's just a tiny little room reference to UNATCO HQ. More footsteps down beneath. Think about how my plan of attack. My plan? Attack! Again, I guess we're looking around if there's like data cubes to read more so than the actual canisters that we don't really need. Parrington's journal. There is some sort of presence here. I can feel it. Late at night I hear echoes, like the ice is growing, like voices. And then he became bones. Do it for the supplies. We didn't get zapped about it, so that's fine. I do not need those. Worth it for the ammo pickups to take a look around for sure. Jacob's War by Andrew Hammond, Chapter 1. Cold light fell on the chessboard. He watched her face, always her face floating in the darkness over the White King. When did they let you out of hell? He asked. Tuesday, she said. Should have known. Why? Because we were married? No, because there was an eclipse on Tuesday. Aha. She picked up the king and idly twirled it between her fingers. Why are you here? She laughed, a small sound, but it made him shiver. Because we're going to do what you like best, Jacob. We're going to play a game. They really had to give us page 3. Let's play the game where you push all the chairs into each other and then they just somehow assimilate. Assimilate chair.
She moves to destroy JC. We do not understand this violence against her own kind.
This was the room where we killed the guy. Or not killed the guy. It was the mission where you go into the plane and you get given the mission, you're talking to the guy, and then if you don't kill him, the cyborg lady comes in and kills him. What's her name? Anna?
She moves freely toward her goal.
So we're going through all of these previous little Deus Ex locations. Memories. And then if we look around, we'll find a little ladder down. Maybe. Oh, not this time. Not this time. This time it's... Don't go down, because you can't. Okay. There's a turret.
Thanks for finding the way in here. All I had to do was follow in your footsteps, and now I'm just minutes away from completing my objective.
Just walk away, Billy. I'm here to awaken JC.
Don't let Apostle Corps or the Illuminati use you as a pawn. One wants to worship JC, and the other wants to try to control him. Neither group can see he's too mad and too powerful for either. I'm going to destroy him while he's still weak. It's the only sane answer.
Interesting. Is a choice to kill her or not? I'm committed to awakening JC. He's my brother. Can't let you do that. I'll kill you if I have to. Well, I've killed enough in this game, and I'll kill some more.
I can't let you do that. I'll kill you if I have to.
So this is how it ends? Okay, I'm ready, but I don't think you are. You may have dealt with SSC or even armored Templars before, but you've never taken on a true equal, or a friend. But I guess you're just as crazy as the rest of them. Another threat to be neutralized. It's over, Alex. This shouldn't take too long.
Whoa! I just realized I could turn the bots against her by smacking them, but I accidentally knocked one out. I knocked them both out. Never mind. You can't see me. I'm currently crouched. Watch this. Watch this. Come and get me. Come and get me. Oh, okay, that didn't work. Oh, I got a stupid rocket turret.
Fool, you're only delaying the inevitable.
She's very agile, this one. I can't activate my inventory while zoomed in, of course. Alright, where are you going, lady? What's she deciding to do here?
Watch it. We're just about to push you. Not bad, but I'm better.
She started off really efficient, and then she decided to, like, run into the rocket turret. Like, she actually had a promising thing there while I was fucking around, and then she went, what if I ran to the rocket turret and then it started just doing, like, environmental damage to me? Crazy. Alright, so anyway, Let's wake up JC. Billy's dead. So there's a choice to do it non-lethal. Whoa.
Drawback. System disruption significant.
There's a choice to do it non-lethal, which makes sense. I don't know if that would influence how things proceed to go in future, but she could still mess with my plans. She could wake up and be an unpredictable element. So Billy was so confident too. Poor gal. Alright, let's get out of here.
Yes. Virgin. Find me near the entrance to the sanctuary. I have so much to tell you.
Okay. Was there not even an option to, like, talk down Billy at that point? It was just, I'll leave you breathing or I'll kill you. It wasn't like, alright, let's do this together, you know? Very interesting. They must have shut down the containment fields back at base because we're seeing greasers. Let me just go down here quickly before we have a chat with JC, because we didn't actually go down here yet. Using my healing items finally at this point. Oh, they spit out 2. So cold, so cold, so cold. Barrington's Journal 36. We found a rift in the ice and started exploring the structure. Don't know what this place is. It looks organic and architectural at the same time. And no sign of a construction crew or any bots, though. And they were really like, if you truly have not managed to find your way through the game to get biomod canisters, here you go. This is your biomod canister catch-up part of the game. Didn't need them. Okay, let's have a chat.
At last, my scientists succeeded. You were the complete solution. My brother Paul was to be upgraded first so that he could carry the infusions through the gate, but there was a setback.
You're really J.C. Denton. What happened to your brother?
He nearly died 2 years ago. My chief scientist, Tracer Tong, thought that he'd perfected the biomod substrate, but there were recombinant anomalies in Paul. He had to be cryogenically frozen to save his life. Luckily, you and the other subjects at last accepted complete transformation.
Which is why we can pass through the gate and enter this place.
That, and much more. We're now ready to transform the human race. It became clear to me after the defeat of MJ-12 that the old answers to tyranny are inadequate. I needed the Helios merger in order to contemplate the problem effectively.
And?
I'm going to establish the first post-human civilization, and you're my first citizen. Welcome.
A new civilization? That's a pretty tall order. What do you need from me?
I need you to return to Cairo to rescue my brother Paul, who was seized by the Templars. Then meet me at Liberty Island, where in the ruins of an old military base there is an Aquinas node that can be used to distribute the infusion technology worldwide.
Damn. Back to Cairo to get Paul, and then go to Liberty Island. We're going back to UNATCO HQ. Tell me more about this post-human civilization, because what the hell are you doing? Brand new world, huh?
Tell me more about this post-human civilization.
Before the disruptions, Helios and I had many months of productive thought. Up to now, all free societies have started with one premise. Human nature is cruel, unjust, a force to be controlled.
I follow you so far.
The separation of powers, from Aristotle to Montesquieu, is designed purely to thwart the ambitions of individuals. How comical the West's pride in its vast tangle of agencies, jurisdictions, arcane procedures.
What's the alternative?
Address the flaws in human nature. Make all beings truly equal in both body and mind. If you start with minds that are lucid, knowledgeable, and emotionally sound, the needs of government change dramatically.
How do you control human emotions? Antidepressants? Is that freedom?
Is it freedom when one child is born to poverty, a chance combination of organic materials, while the wealthy child is shaped every day of his life, enhanced genetically, trained, educated, often augmented nanotechnologically?
Why not get rid of nanotech and genetic engineering, the technologies that make people different from each other?
Then you go down the path of intolerance as your friend Billy did. Is human nature perfect? No. Therefore, improvements are to be welcomed, not annihilated in Templar pogroms. As enhanced beings, we can establish a pure democracy that runs on instantaneous input from the electorate.
This is cool that there's the ability to just straight up go, oh yeah, I'll leave. Or you can actually push him further and see what this is actually going to look like. And this is where you start getting into some very interesting, like, morality conversations. And when you think about the human race and whether or not someone should have the power or the ability to course correct, to completely change how we exist. Because it's like, you could look at it and go, these things benefit the human race as a whole. And then you get the question, should that be allowed? Should one person or should a group of people have that much power and influence over other people? You are making a choice for what you think is for the betterment of humankind. Without their knowledge, without their informed consent, without any of their sort of, you know, you're like, this is a democracy, but it's like, this pure democracy is apparently coming after the fact. There isn't a voting on if this is to be the way forward, you know? It's, let's put everyone on equal footing, which does sound good in theory, and then it sort of starts bringing up these elements of like, it's very controlled, it's not freedom. And then I like his pushback of like having people under no fault of their own born into complete hopelessness with poverty, and people that are just born into greatness and only continued to be pushed up into further greatness. It's definitely a valid viewpoint, but again, it raises a lot of questions.
What would this pure democracy look like?
The Helios AI has the processing power to handle all governmental functions worldwide, legislative, executive, and judicial. Once every mind has been enhanced and can merge with the AI, attitudes towards major legislation can be processed on a daily or even more frequent basis.
You want everyone to be like the Omar and meld themselves together into one huge AI construct?
Helios will communicate, not assimilate. Life will go on as usual.
Helios is starting to sound like an enlightened despot.
All governments have power. The benefit of giving this power to a synthetic intellect is that human affairs would no longer need to be ruled by generalities. Helios will have a deep understanding of every person's life and opinions.
What if I don't want someone peeking into my mind?
Upon consideration, you'll see that this arrangement is for the best. General ideas are no proof of the strength, but rather of the insufficiency of the human intellect. The words of Alexis de Tocqueville, an observer of the birth of modern democracy. Though general ideas allow human minds to make judgments quickly, they are necessarily incomplete.
So
de Tocqueville noted that an all-knowing mind, the mind of God as he conceived it, would have no need for general ideas. It would understand every individual in detail and at a glance. Incomplete applications of law or justice would be impossible for such a mind.
It's when it starts to get into like this real murky territory, because then you're putting this, not even a human, you're putting a synthetic hybrid, you're putting the AI power in control. It lacks emotion, it lacks the human element. And I think what we're seeing is we're seeing JC Denton with a lot of his human elements being stripped away, because he's like, man, we were having a great time, but then we started to like mentally tussle, and it's like, how much of Helios is overwriting you? How much of you has a peaceful coexistence, but how much of you is being deleted or overtaken by Helios without you even knowing, because it's simply that efficient at being able to do so. the world being completely overseen instantaneously by an AI, and it specifically talks about like the elements of power. You know, you've got like the checks and balances, and having that instead of 3 separate entities being able to check and balance each other to make sure that there isn't any fuckery going on. You've then now got all 3 branches of that power being handled by one entity. Therefore, there's no point for it to be split up in those powers. It's just all the one. And an AI that just looks at you and goes, yeah, I know what you want. I know what's best for you. There is a big pros and cons list for something like this, but then, yeah, it just opens up a whole can of worms, because you've got yourself, we're being ruled over by a god and an overlord. Are our thoughts being policed at that point? Will there end up being preemptive crime stopping, where it goes, we'll look at crime before it even happens, just by being able to understand someone's intent? Because people have dark thoughts all the time. People don't necessarily act on said thoughts, but there's people that have intrusive thoughts too. Can the AI discern intrusive, impulsive thoughts that won't be acted upon, and actual, genuine bad thoughts and that sort of intent? You can go on back and forth between an element like this. I think it seems that we've already kind of put ourselves on a path of seeing how this is going to play out, which is awakening JC. I don't know if there is a good option in Deus Ex Invisible War in terms of like one path that seems like fully good to pursue, because at the start I was like, the church, I was like, they got some good talking points, and then it just got like quite extreme, and then you get Saman's group that has been compromised by the Templars, and then you find out that the church and the WTO are just 2 arms of the Illuminati doing their goals, and then you've got JC Denton being a sort of rogue element in this mix with Tracer Tong. So it seems like there's still more that's going to happen here, especially with Chad Dumier, how he's thinking about it with Nicolette. So it's more like the Illuminati, Templars, JC Denton being a Helios god.
So you see yourself as a god?
I want human affairs to be driven by wisdom. Finding the correct recipe for wisdom has been my project these long years under the ice.
You seem to think you've succeeded.
Wisdom must first be human. You must start with what a human sees and feels. But wisdom must also be knowledgeable, logical, and fair to billions of other beings.
How much of you is a machine?
Helios and I are one consciousness. No distinction is possible.
You expect 10 billion people to submit to the rule of a software construct? What if some of them resist?
The people will welcome true equality. Help me, Alex. You've come this far toward restoring Apostle Corps. Finish the job by rescuing my brother from the Templars in Cairo.
I'll leave for Cairo as soon as I can.
A helicopter followed you here. Tracer Tong sent it to pick me up from Area 51 after my infiltration of MJ-12. Ava Johnson was the pilot, an AI construct. I'm putting her at your disposal. Go back to the surface and activate the pilot beacon at the abandoned VersaLife base so that she will know where to land.
Cool. So, if for some reason you didn't end up talking to the holo communicator over there, like, you will get told. See, Alex says the same things that I'm saying and what I'm thinking as well, because those questions are inevitable. It's like, everyone will welcome true equality. And I'm like, true equality as a mission statement is, yes, obviously that is something that everyone could get on board with. People are still going to take issue with that, or find ways to pick it apart, and then it'll start being a very complex discussion. Especially with certain systems of how, like, society is constructed. It all depends on how society is constructed. But yeah, again, it was just like, Helios and I, we are one consciousness. There is no distinction. He does make the point to mention...
Denton. How does it feel to share such an infamous name? Don't be deluded by the AI's ingenuity. Your brother JC has long since been devoured by the Helios core, and if you revive Paul, you will be reviving a sworn terrorist. There is a better way. More when you reach Cairo.
See, there you go. Yeah, there's this element of there's no distinction between us. I'm like, so you've been devoured, as Chad says, by Helios. So he derailed my train of thought there. Very, very interesting. More to come up on that, I am sure, because we're not done yet. So we're going to go to the VersaLife place, activate the pilot beacon, and be able to get out of here. But it seems like there will be siding with the Illuminati, or maybe pursuing the revival of Paul and helping JC for his sort of view on how the future should be handled. Whoa, Jesus, what the hell? What? Wait a minute. What was shooting me? What was shooting me? Oh, there's a little rocket turret thing there. Oh, wow. Alright. Gotcha. Didn't see that before. So they got this little fancy pants rocket turret thing. It's like, what the hell?
You have been deceived, tired pilgrim. I destroyed the entire city of Chicago only because the threat from Apostle Core warranted such desperate tactics. Come to the holocron in Denton 04. It's time you learn the truth about your past.
Saman's going to tell us the truth about our past. He's responsible for the Chicago incident. Goddamn, okay.
Disquieting. Enough is enough.
Oh! They blended in with the environment so well there. Oh god. Oh god. Quick, turn that on. Get EMP'd. Alright, this is gonna be... Oh, they've got rocket launchers. Oh, they have rocket launchers. I'm almost out of food. Oh, man.
I've lost the target.
Oh, why are you shooting rockets at such close range? Alright. So here's a rocket launcher. Okay. Where is it? Here it is. Okay. Oh!
I've still got some fight in me. My sight is defeat inevitable here. Oh, God.
Is the voice lines.
I will not succumb to you.
No, he's got a rocket launcher too. I'm officially out of health. This is crazy. Ah! Fucking rocket launcher tunnel. You coming or am I coming?
I'll find that disgrace and I'll finish this.
Come on, lady. It's a rocket launcher standoff. I don't have enough health anymore to waste on something like this.
Can't expect honorable death.
Gotcha. You lose! You lose! Oh my god. Alright, should we take the mag ray instead of the rocket launcher? We can do weapon mods on these bad boys. Let's do... refire rate on this. Got some new weapons, baby. And increase the damage. Yes. On the rocket launcher, refire rate. And I don't think increasing the range really matters on something like that. Okay, got some new weapons. Well, yo, alright. There's still more enemies to expect out here. Right. Let's save. Alright. We actually need this ammo top up now.
You gave the order to destroy my hometown.
By now, you will have been told that you are the third Denton prototype. That isn't quite true, or I wouldn't have been willing to destroy an entire city to kill you.
This better be good.
Unlike the first Dentons, who were straight clones of an ideal individual, you were, how do I put it, average. A feeble little mongrel who was made into a Denton.
You're starting to hurt my feelings.
JC and Paul Denton never escaped their original programming. They instead succeeded only in making copies of themselves. Without realizing it, they worked to build the precise society envisioned by the Illuminati and its defunct offshoot, MJ-12. A population configured for transparency, integration, control. Follow me?
Interesting theory. What is it you want from me?
A sympathetic ear for now. Believe me, child of the City of Destruction, the last days of humankind may be at hand. Help me when I call on you, and I will have no need to destroy more cities. Only one Apostle Core facility remains, and I simply need the device JC Denton has assembled there.
So, are we being split 3 ways at the moment? In terms of JC, Saman, and Chad. Maybe. We went from having so much food and healing with no worries to being put in a situation of, oh shit, I'm getting destroyed. So we'll see how we go. Blackgate Report 6 seems that only Billy Adams can use the gate from Trio to Antarctica. We suspect it's keyed to their DNA, perhaps intended for Paul Denton originally. We are sending a detachment to neutralize JC. For her service, Adams will be given a biomod. We've hidden it for the time being to avoid riling up the troops. And she never got that biomod because she's dead. There's a Templar. We'll just try and skirt the Templar because can't really afford taking the damage. Templar avoided, but there'll probably be some enemies out this way. We shall see. Are they Templars though? No, they're just guys. They're just dudes. Interesting places for wind power. That rocket turret wasted no time. Like, that rocket turret wasted no time being onto me. Holy shit. Paint me like one of your Templar girls. That was crazy. Okay, so that turret is a problem. huge problem. You couldn't have helped me out a little bit. I'm in a painful spot for health. This is not good. This is not good. I'm gonna have to be on a big old lookout for some healing items instead of not caring about it anymore. So there's the helipad. So that's how we'll get out of here. Where does this go? Ooh, a healing bot would be very nice.
Did something... Is that you?
No more hiding! Purity will prevail!
What's the matter? Had enough?
Initiating repairs. Finished.
No medbots. Not enough medbots in this world, you know? A lot of repair bots. You know what? Actually, this is where the recovery biomod I might start using the recovery biomod. So is that one this one? It is. Okay. I can deal with no vision enhancement, honestly. And night vision and targets visible through walls, which is nice to like be able to see it. Like before I turn this off, I can do this and I can see that there's a lot of food up there. There's a data cube here, you know, there's a penguin there, and that's all well and good, you know. Oh god, oh no. Yeah, I can't risk it. I'm almost dead. And acid! That was fun. I'm gonna install... I'm gonna have to install... healing, because we're out of health. So this was a good thing of us being stocked up on biomods. That's very nice. So we will now heal. And what's also very good about that is we'll finally be using our energy cells. Or we could, you know, cash it in on the repair bot. So there you go.
Have you seen that thing? It was like the ice was building itself into something. Maybe I'm starting to lose my mind.
Regeneration biomod is coming in clutch there. Temperament analysis. Green greasels are like pets compared to these red monsters. The greens are usually pretty controllable by an experienced trainer. There's no stopping the red greasels though. Their attacks are too effective. No feints and no play. One mistake and the trainer ends up dead. Trespassers will be prosecuted. That sign being inside I find very interesting. Slowly climb on the table. Oh god, and then fall into the acid anyway. Does beer actually heal you? I can't remember. Harmful to your health. Get that out of here. Oh, God. The greasels, they've broken containment. Okay, so that's how we're getting out of here. A rocket turret. We don't want to be messing with that right now. Some food I'm fine with. Where does this go? Still have 11 multi-tools. It obviously says 4 because it's like not counting the second stack. Very good. Okay.
Must be imagining.
You can talk! I've still got some fight in me!
That miss that I did was crazy. I'm like shooting him and I'm like, I'm missing all of these shots. Can't complain about finally clearing a stack of multi-tools though. A layout map of Satellite Base 529. Ask Dunway where he thinks we're gonna put the pool table.
I don't know about you, Edward, but I'm starting to get concerned. We've lost contact with the other bases and with headquarters. I think something terrible must have happened to the net, or maybe even to the world.
You'd be right. VersaLife Antarctic Base, mission accomplished. We've finally done it. We've made Greasels meaner and tougher. As predicted, we're finding that the lady Greasels find the red color more attractive, which should expedite breeding. Now we just need to stop them from constantly eating their young. Alright, ammo has become less of a problem again. I hear Greasels. Okay, now we're actually back to being full of ammo. We can go up into the roof there. I don't know if that was really worth the 2 multi-tools, actually, but that's fine. Climbing in this game is so fun. Let's go. Get up there. Fuck. I believe in you. Let's play the slow climbing game. Yep. Cool. Let's play the slow climbing game. Just let me, dude. Fucking hell! The most awkward, like, climbing controls where it's like, just fucking hope for the best, dude. Just hope for the best. I can open this, but I can't bloody get off. Let me off of this thing! I'm gonna crash out. So at this point, I should just be able to get off. See? I should just be... But it just won't. It just won't let me. There we go. Holy fuck. Oh, Greasels. Hello. Hang on. Oh god, no. I'm pressing the wrong button. I'm pressing the wrong button. Like desperately trying to like move and I'm pressing F instead of D to strafe to the right. I'm like, throw this thing at Greasels. I think I did more harm than good there with the concussion grenades. That was totally unnecessary. And we needed to climb up all the way here to get a refund on one multi-tool. Was it worth it? Not really, because I could have just walked up the staircase and got to this same conclusion. Okay, so this was the lovely A-wing. You good? Okay. I'm very specific about how I could hit it. So now I just need to find the pilot beacon. And I think that is power generator. So we're going down. The base interior. Okay, we were just skirting along the outside. We weren't even getting into the real shit yet.
Right overhead, Alex. Transgenics. His research facilities where Vossalife developed many of those creatures. Sorry to say, the generator is at the back of the complex, in the northeast corner.
But of course it is. Okay. So this is going to be a full complex in the abandoned VersaLife facility, not just a silly little run into the room, flick the switch, and get out of here. So, I think with that in mind, we'll take this opportunity to bring this episode of Invisible War to a close. So thank you so much for joining me today, for heading to JC's place, getting to hang out and have an enlightening conversation with him. And now we are in an abandoned VersaLife facility. This has been a really, really cool part of the game. And I'm interested to see what's going to happen when we return to Cairo and how that's going to lead us into potential choices to make. And we'll make a save beforehand and try and explore all those options and see what happens. But we'll make the choice that feels right for the first go around. We just have to find out what that actually is. But thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this episode and the return to the Invisible War playthrough, and I will see you next time.